Hi guys, I'm going to be kind of unboxing and taking a look at Trump's health, an overview for the next 6 to 8 months, okay? And I thought I would try using this new deck, new to me, the Dark Earth Oracle. Um, and this is made by Stephanie uh, Aaliyah. I have another deck of hers that's a favorite of mine, and they're kind of different. This is green, that's why you're not able to see the background on that, but it's beautiful. I just love her artwork, and I enjoyed working with her other deck, which is the Viator Somnorium. Okay. Now, if you're lucky, if you can get your hands on one of these, she sells them on Etsy. I'll put a link. All right. You know what? I think I'll start with the Viator Somniorium to start off with. Okay. Comes with a beautiful matte pamphlet. And okay. I'm going to just shuffle these. Oh, these have a polygraphic edge to them. They're really beautiful. Let me just put this on hold while I shuffle these up really good. And again, I'm going to be looking at Trump's next 6 to 8 months, just because I feel like something significant is on the horizon. Okay, here we go. I think I've got them pretty well good and shuffled. Got on my Mr. Magoo glasses. That's what my husband calls these. But I'm trying to save my eyesight. They do help me to differentiate letters and stuff like that. So, to see, it's kind of good. And I do like the oversized frames. Okay. It is warm here. What does that say? It is. Uh, it's sunny, which is unusual. And it is, so it's 66 degrees, but it feels warmer. It feels more like 75 or 80 actually inside the house. All right. So Trump's next 6 to 8 months, I'm asking my spiritual mentors to help me to read accurately and clearly my higher self. And I give thanks. What do we need to know about Trump's next 6 to 8 months with his health and in general with him? All right, let's see what we got. I get vigilance and robbery. So I think looking into maybe money or things that have been appropriated. Um, looks like there's something of that going on. He's trying to figure out how he can, I think, take money, take something of value, rob this country. He has made so much money already, and not just made, but he's stolen it. That's a fact. There's things that he's misappropriated, he's taken and done a number with. So we have vigilance and we have the card of robbery. I feel like there's more scrutiny upon him, even more, and how he is taking things of value that are not appropriate. And I feel like he is indeed doing that. But I feel like this behavior is definitely being watched vigilantly, just as vigilant as he is about trying to find a means to get more money or to get whatever he wants. I feel like it can equally mean both of those things. Okay, I read in pairs. Next one I'm getting is animal spirits and synchronicity. Okay. Okay, well, just in looking at the pamphlet for a moment about the animal spirits and synchronicity, basically what the message is about reoccurring themes and spiritual guides as well. There's a connection there with the animal spirits. It's like a repetition because that is synchronicity. Um, so there's something here where there's, I think, going to be some of those uncanny synchronicities where we're seeing him repeat patterns and a certain cycle. I also keep getting that he's in his last, like, cycle of all cycles. I get the world. And I know that other readers have gotten it too. But for me, in looking at him and his situation, that's a completion. Like, that is, you know, Noche Oscura, Dark Night of the Soul, and Death. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I was not anticipating that. Let me just take a look at that Noche Oscura. Okay, yeah, Noche Oscura is the Dark Night of the Soul. It's like the nadir um, of that. The symbol indicates sorrow and pain felt at the lowest point in the wheel of fate. Or looked at another way, the final depth at which a new seed is planted. So again, we're getting that reference to death, an ending, and a new beginning. And I think we're going to be seeing him decline notably. There's going to be certain similarities, and it's not going to be a coincidence. Let's put it this way. And he's going to have a really hard time with this. He could get depressed, especially with the Noche Oscura, and become maybe even obsessed with the idea of death more and more. It says, though it indicates suffering, this is also a winter solstice. I did a reading earlier where I got the winter solstice and the numbers 1 and 2. Well, 1 and 2 make up the 12th month, and the winter solstice is in December and on the 21st day. So again, the numbers are being repeated of 1 and 2. In this way, 2 would be first, so you have, if you were writing the date, it would be 12, 1, 2, and then 21, and then 25. But I keep getting this winter solstice as And this is just getting it again as being somehow that repetition of a synchronicity right there coming back up again. Where he could have trouble with his health or something, it could maybe be the start of the problem with it. Or something else, but definitely there is something around the winter solstice with him that is significant. This is the third time with a completely different set of tools, cards that I've gotten winter solstice. So though it indicates suffering, this is also a quote unquote winter solstice from which all new growth stems, making peace with what causes you pain, embracing the dark as a release from duality, a turning point. There could be enough suffering, and the figure is holding their chest, holding their heart. Again, this could be also a literal nod to heart related disease or illness, you know, heart congestive heart failure. Um, and I do think that if he continues to go the way he has, it looks like he's got an ending where either it's such a crisis and it might be too late, um, or, let me see what the next few cards. Rebirth. Oh no, I think that's really saying he's possibly not going to be here by 6 or 8 months, or he'll be leaving. And movement, he's going to be leaving. There's some kind of shift for him coming where there's a completion of a cycle, and it really does look like uh passing from the earth. Ooh. All right, back to the other thing here. I mean, you get death and rebirth. What are the chances of that? Noche Oscura, death, and rebirth and movement. And this is literally like the soul moving on wherever it needs to go. I'll just take a look at the movement card. That's 44 in this. Yeah, it pertains to all forms of movement. It can mean that you are actually moving, an energetic movement, or a person moving towards you. Pay attention to where this card is. Oh my goodness. Or surrounding cards for more information. Well, rebirth is what surrounds him. And an end of one form, which is this figure of a bird lying kaput, even with the flowers buried, so to speak, or you get the idea of that. And it's like he's gone. Okay, let me pull a few more cards. Dancing. I always get dancing. Typically with the tarot, I get the Three of Cups. And I'm pretty sure this is the same spirit. And we get healing. Oh my God. Wow. Next 6 to 8 months, if this reading is accurate, we should be seeing something really significant play out. Something's big definitely going to be happening. And it looks like it's his exit. Innocence and the chasing. The chasing is like the pursuit of one's desires and dreams. Or to look, a reminder to look for inspiration and a path in one's life. finding out what ignites the fire within and pursuing that. And I think we're going to see people that want to look after, I think, more of those that are vulnerable with innocent and innocence, people that are not being fairly treated. So, and we're going to be healing, literally. That's on the bottom of the deck as well. Another card of healing. After he's gone, there's a thing to look within. You know, a card to look within yourself and not look for validation out of others, you know, being able to have confidence. And we do get another card of health. He's definitely going to have some kind of health issue going on. And also, this card came up. I think he's done things in the past because it came up next to look within. He needs to look at the harm that he's caused. And it starts with oneself in this regard. So he's going to be, the world will be healing without him, for sure. Rebirth. And this would be the next. The elements and world of dreams. It just feels like the air literally seems to get lighter. People feeling more inspired, high creativity, people working on themselves and working to, I think, also help other people. More of that kind of a real trend that's a positive that's going to come from this. We'll need it, I'm sure, to fix healthcare and work on the things that he's made a mess of. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there. That is wild. If you appreciate readings like this, these cards wanted to be read today. Please give me a thumbs up. YouTube's messing with my channel, so I would appreciate any and all thumbs ups. All right. See you later. Take care.